You face discrimination since you were born. You had no father figure because childcare laws are blatantly sexist. 80% of single-parent families are headed by single mothers, yet 85% of youths in prison grew up in a fatherless home. But you didn't spend much time with your mom neither. She had to work overtime to feed you, which means that you were spending more time with your school teacher than your own mother. You were being raised, taught how to be a healthy man by a fat woman who hated her life because she worked for less than a minimum wage even though she didn't want to. She told you to be yourself, but you were punished every time you said a word with no permission, had a different opinion, or showed a slight bit of disobedience. When other kids bullied you, you were scolded for standing up for yourself or showing even a little bit of aggression. You were told to be a snitch, to run to the teacher every time a problem appeared, and it obviously made the situation worse. Not only short term, but also long term. Instead of learning to handle your problems, you were taught to be okay with being a victim, with not having opinions, with not thinking on your own, but doing what the other person tells you to do. Everyone around you always sold you a script which doesn't work. Your parents told you to go to college to make good money, but finishing school at 23, an average college graduate only pays off their student loans 19 years later in their mid-40s. Your teachers explained that boys become men after puberty, but you look around now and see 18-year-olds with no hair on their legs, waists bigger than their shoulders, and breasts bigger than those of some women. You go onto the internet and you hear, "Embrace your feminine side," but no real woman is attracted to feminine men. Six-packs are disgusting. We love dad bods, but you will never see a dad bod in those romance movies they watch. Don't be scared to talk about your feelings, but we will make fun of you if you do. How fucked up is it that there are multi-billion-dollar companies like Meta spending millions every year to make you addicted to their apps? How fucked up is it that the world's most influential people like Bill Gates tell you to stop eating meat and start eating chemicals that fuck up your hormones? It's clear that they want masses to be weak. That's how they get rich. They make money from people spending hours on their social media apps every day. They make money selling people the cancerous meat substitutes. And how is the humanity going to fight back when it's so lazy it can't even get its own ass off the couch? The worst part is that the modern men don't see through that bullshit. They are afraid of the word masculinity, they're fat, weak, they're porn, video games and social media addicts. They can't control their emotions. They don't understand why they're depressed, so they take antidepressants. But that's not a solution to the problem, it's just a mask, which is why the suicide rates are through the roof. You've probably heard the quote, "Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times." And I'm sure you can probably tell that we are soon going to be entering the hard times because the weak men are on a rise. But luckily there's still some light at the end of the tunnel, because guys like you and me, we don't want to be like them. We don't want to be feminine, we don't want to be programmed at school, we don't want to do what the society tells us to do. We're not afraid of not following the system, of standing up for ourselves and having ambition. And this means a lot more than you can imagine, because it's not just about us, two guys on self-improvement. Together, we create a movement of strong men who are going to bring back the good times to the world. What you're watching right now is not just another entertainment bullshit YouTube video made to waste your time and profit of it. It's a message to the world, to the men who are on the edge of losing themselves. Message like this literally saves lives and wakes up the men who are sick of being consumers and who want to create their own reality. This is the movement of the top 1%. And if you want to be a part of it, then you're gonna have to do two things. The first step for you to change the world is going to be changing yourself as an individual. Because just like every tsunami starts with a single small wave, if you want to make an impact on millions of people, you have to start with a single person first. And who's a better person to improve than yourself? There are 3 areas of yourself you should aim to develop as a man of this movement. The first one is your health, because it is the first thing that the evil companies try to take away from you. They know that if you're powerful on the inside, you're going to be powerful on the outside. Power on the inside means being in an excellent physical shape, not only looking strong, but actually being strong, with a good conditioning so you can dominate your competition in any kind of endeavor. It also means doing everything to maximize your body's natural processes, to maximize its testosterone, sleep, recovery, as well as the nutrients it gets. But most importantly, power on the inside means power inside your head. The most important part of yourself you need to train is your willpower, because there's only one thing in this universe that nothing can stop. It is the man who always achieves what he says he's going to achieve. And after you achieve greatness in your body and mind, the second area you're gonna develop is your social skills. You're gonna have to learn every detail about human relationships. You're gonna have to learn how to win friends and influence people, and how to become a leader whose words move mountains. Because just imagine the power of a man who can speak like an emperor in a society full of boys who can't even create a proper sentence. And the last area of your life you should aim to develop as a man of this movement is your freedom. If you want to change the world, you first have to become fully independent of it. You need to be able to go wherever you want, work whenever you want, and buy whatever you want. Because if the hard times come and the elites decide to lock you down for a couple of months, or if a war starts in your area, you need to be able to move without having to lose all of your income. So no more working stationary for other people. You need to start your own location-independent business to only depend on yourself, or else you're going to be prone to being enslaved. This process is going to take you some time, but after you fill up your cup, it's going to be time to start influencing the society and to bring the good times to the world. By spreading this message just like I do right now, you will literally change other people's lives. If you use your leadership skills to inspire, lead by example of how strong you became yourself, then you will convert more and more men onto this path, and as a result, meet people from this movement in your day-to-day life. Imagine the moment when you get a group of like-minded friends. You all grind every day to make this world a better place, but instead of going alone, you go together. Your work becomes a competition. You all try to beat each other, but not negatively. You all hype each other up, rise together, and then fly around the world celebrating your success, making memories. Whenever you walk down the street, there are always random guys coming up to you with huge smiles on their faces, thanking you that you've changed their lives. This can be your reality, and it all starts with just spreading this message. The best place to do that is social media, because you can not only reach more lives, which is crucial for changing the world, but you also stop people from watching bullshit entertainment videos, which is life-changing on its own. And so right now, you young man stand in front of the most important choice of your life. You can be like 99% of the society. You can party and get wasted every Friday. You can play video games and watch Netflix all day. You can have over 7 hours of screen time and fap to AI 3 times per day. It's going to be easy, but in a few years, you're going to be weak, both physically and mentally, because your easy choices are going to lead to a hard life. Just look at most adults who roam the streets. They're all fat, ugly, constantly on their phones, and a simple traffic jam can drive them insane. If you live like they did in their teens, you're gonna become just like them. And when it happens, don't expect to have any male friends or especially a real girlfriend, because nobody wants to be around people like that. And the other losers? Oh, they're going to be busy with their AI girlfriends and the latest PS7 video games. So if you choose to go through life with your current loser friends, with the message that most YouTubers preach, you're going to end up weak, lonely, depressed, and I don't even want to say what's gonna happen next. However, you can also be like the 1%. You can do the complete opposite of what the NPCs do. You can join this movement, work on yourself, develop your health, social skills and freedom, and after you fill up your own cup, Start pouring water into other people's cups, become the modern day prophet, and change the world. And the best part is that in the modern day, you don't have to do this alone, because just like the NPCs connect on Discord to play League of Legends together, we, men of this movement, connect with each other in my free community to hype each other up just as we would in real life. With the main difference being that one day, when the NPCs fall down the hole of loneliness, we will shake our hands at the top. So if you want to join us, you know what to do.